So here's one more tweet. So somebody tweeted this out. This is the kind of crazy stuff. Somebody tweeted out, many Bernie Sanders need to listen up. He would need to win every single white vote to win in November without minorities. Learn some math. So I then tweeted, so all the Hillary voters are going to switch to Trump if Bernie gets the nomination? You're not even pretending to make sense now.
Yeah, what's wrong with that is that a Bernie versus Trump matchup in the fall, Bernie, I believe, will get a lot of black voters in that matchup. He's just not getting them in his race against Hillary, and that's why I don't think he's going to win the nomination.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. I mean, yes, that's an impediment to him getting the nomination. That's not an impediment to him winning in November.
No, in the general, I'm sure he'd get. And also, don't forget Barack Obama. If Bernie Sanders is in the general, Barack Obama is going to be campaigning for him.
Let's remember that. That's a great point, Frank. Wow, you're making my points for me. Look at Frank.
No, but also, as I keep telling, because I get Bernie supporters on my Twitter feed saying all these disparaging things about Hillary Clinton, and I point out to them that the one person who never says disrespectful things about Hillary is Bernie Sanders. And if Hillary gets the nomination, he will be an enthusiastic supporter of hers. So, you know, it works both ways. Both sides do it.
But so let me tell you one more story. So I'm on Twitter, and this Media Matters, which is a website I like a lot. They do great work, right? So they were originally invented to keep an eye on Fox News and all the right-wing news outlets, and they do a great job at that. Turns out they're owned by that guy. What's his name? David Brock? Is that his name?
David Brock.
David Brock.
A bit of kind of likes the Clintons. I'll just go out on a limb and say that.
So he hated the Clintons, right, at first in the 90s, and then somehow he got religion and he switched, and now David Brock loves the Clintons. He starts Media Matters, and now Media Matters is all in the tank for Hillary Clinton. All in the tank, right? So this guy Eric,
part of that let me say that part of Media Matters being in the tank for Hillary Clinton is they were built on the notion of the media and the right wing conspiracy against the Clintons and publishing false information about Hillary and Bill, which to this day still happens. So they're all about the fact that Hillary Clinton is almost always misrepresented in the media.
I agree with you. So here. So that's why I said that they do good work and all that stuff. So that's why it's weird to see. There was a right-wing website put together a video of what they said were Bernie supporters, and they were all saying disparaging things about Hillary Clinton. And it was edited together quick.
I saw that.
So it looked horrible, right? And then I looked into it. I'm like, oh, this is from a right-wing website. Nobody even knows where this came from. So I tweeted at him, right? So I said, hey, what are you doing? This has come from a right-wing website. Why are you tweeting this out? And he tweets back at me, oh, I guess those were the ventriloquists on that video. I go, dummy. It was edited.
Dummy, appropriately enough, dummy.
I didn't say dummy. I just said it was edited and released by a right-wing website. Why don't you just put up the Shirley Sherrod video, too? There was no ventriloquism there. So that's why you don't retweet something from a right-wing website that's aimed at cutting down a lefty, right? And he's saying, look how horrible these Bernie people are. And I said that thing about Shirley Sherrod. He had no response. So my point is, why wouldn't you go, oh, yeah, you know what? I never thought of that. My bad. Thanks for pointing it out to me, Jimmy. He didn't do that. He did a Dave Weigel. He did a Dave Weigel. Go ahead.
The point of that video, which I saw, was, I mean, it was kind of like just a kind of a dish thing about that, some of Bernie's supporters waiting online are douchebags. They say Benghazi, they say emails. One described Hillary as a whore. But if you put that up and that's supposed to portray all of his followers, if you're on the right side, there's no point in putting that video out or pointing or shining a light on it.
Yeah, so he tweeted that out with, "Look how horrible Bernie's supporters are." I'm like, you got to be out of your mind. You think 60% of the people in Minnesota and New Hampshire and Colorado and Oklahoma are jerks? 60% of the liberal progressive, the most liberal progressive
Oklahoma, yeah.
The progressive people in the country are somehow misogynistic morons, and we should hate them. So it's just like there's, like, Frank, there are ways to defend Hillary. There's ways to campaign for her. These are ways that make me embarrassed for the left. These are the things that make me uncomfortable. Here's one more.